All right, so it's the afternoon. Exciting day. I came in the rabbits, so just to check on them, and I came in and I saw this pile of fur, and I'm like, what? And I looked and I peeked in just a tiny bit, and I saw some babies. So I haven't really done anything. I ran to grab the camera right away. So let's open this up together, I guess. All right. Oh, so exciting. Okay, here goes. Ready? Oh, oh, I've been waiting so long for this day. And he's full too. No idea who gave birth. Well, okay. So this nest is at the worst angle possible for the camera, so I'm going to try my best. There's some fur that isn't in the nest. I'm going to put in this thing so we can count them and have them stay warm. All right, let's get out some babies. 1, 2, 6, 7. So there are 7 baby rabbits, and guys, oh, look at, let's see, look, they're otters. So they have white on the belly. So they could be, because Rinna is an otter. Okay, let's put them back so that Mom doesn't get scared. Then we will discuss. So I have a suspicion that Rinna is the mom. So she is my chocolate otter doe, and I guess Barlow would have been the dad because she's our only otter doe, and a lot of her babies are otters as well. And the fur was mostly like grayish brownish. Well, it was kind of gray, so I was like, it could be Henwin because she's a gray rabbit, or it could have been Lolo or one of her daughters because they're black. But see, look, she's pulling fur some more for her babies, and she has the best dewlap ever. So I think she's the mom because she's checking out the babies, checking out the nest. When I was over there, she was like being by me, like, what are you doing? And the fur there is kind of looks gray or black, but it could be brown, I guess, too, because we have Angoras, and I just groomed Sequoia, my chocolate Angora, and her fur looks a lot more gray. Like on the top, it looks more brown, but when I pulled it out, it looked a lot more gray. So because she's a chocolate otter as well, it probably is her. And then she's pulling fur, and Ronwin seems interested in her because does can get rebred within minutes of them giving birth. So she's not going to let him breed her, at least not yet, I don't think. If she doesn't want to, but like they technically can. So let's see if she looks skinnier too, because that's another sign. She looked huge, but she still could look pretty big and not actually be big. And she's a first-time mom. This is her first time ever having babies, and she did such a good job. She pulled so much fur. Hear them squeaking? So the positioning of this nest is not the best. We have tons of nest boxes all lined up in a row, and she picked the one spot that is not a nest box. So the kits could crawl away or crawl out, especially as they get older, and they could freeze because they're no longer in the warm nest. So I kind of do want to move them to there's like a nest box right here we can move them into. But she is a first-time mom, so I kind of not worry, but like she's been a great mom so far, but she could have the potential to be like reject them if they're moved, but probably not because I have had to move litters like a lot before. But so I don't know, do I leave them and risk them getting hurt or dying from crawling out of the nest or being dragged out of the nest or on accident or something? Or do I risk her not caring for them or just being a little standoffish with them or having problems like that? Oh, what to do? Today just so happened to be the day that I put raspberry leaves and lavender in this bowl. I dumped it out now because it was getting kind of poopy, but I put all this stuff in there just in case, there was an overdue mom. Those are supposed to help them give birth if they're overdue. So they could have been this that helped her give birth, or it could have just been coincidence that this happened to be the day that she gave birth, and it happened to be the day I just put it in there. But just something to note. So I'm still deciding if I should move them or not. Ugh, I don't know, but look, guys, look at Rinna. Look at her. She's pulling so much fur. And it's really cool because the next few nights are supposed to be really cold, like in the 20s. And it's very interesting because in the summertime, does pull hardly any fur. And I'm like, what? You gotta keep your babies warm, but oh wait, no, it's really hot. And then in the winter, they will pull tons more fur. And then especially even randomly, if they're like a few weeks old and they're still in the nest, does will pull a ton more fur right before the cold weather starts. So tonight is supposed to be pretty kind of cold, but then tomorrow and then the rest of the week is supposed to be in the 20s. So it's just so cool how they know that it's going to be cold in a few days and they pull extra fur, because usually that fur is like plenty of fur. I mean, this is like a beautiful nest, but we did even more. This just so happens to be so twice a day I sweep from here, I sweep all the way, and I sweep off the edge. And now she's given birth there, so I don't know what I'm gonna do, because I guess I do need to move them. Oh, but look, she has fur everywhere, all around her. Oh, it's so awesome. Then Ronman's chasing her because you're not pregnant anymore, I can breed you, because we put Ronman in here, but most of the does were already bred. I mean, Pepper hasn't, but she's hiding from him. She's been in the hay all day, since this morning. It's really weird. She's a good hiding rabbit. She just hides. So this is a pretty good sign. She's pulling fur. She's acting different. Ronwin is interested in her. She's checking out what I'm doing as I'm checking the babies, and she's the only doe, or at least the most likely doe, who has otter babies. So is she nursing them? I think she's nursing them still. Oh, she's such a good mom. I mean, they already looked pretty full, but I don't know what she's doing, but she's such a good mom. Oh, I've been waiting for baby bunnies to be born since September. So today is Thanksgiving Day, guys, too. Oh, all things to be grateful for. So September, October, November, that's three months. I've been waiting for baby bunnies. I have been hoping and praying and trying and praying, and and now on Thanksgiving Day, it just seems perfect. Oh, it just seems so perfect. I mean, this is to be thankful for. But now, they're born on Thanksgiving, and these are the first babies of the season. I'm just blown away. You're being such a good mama. Look, did she just finish feeding them? Look at them. They're so fat, guys. So fat. Oh, I'm so excited. Look at this fat belly, guys. Look, here, look. Just a new baby. Look how fat. She's such a good mom. So Rinna did have 7 kits that are in the nest. I mean, there could have been some dead ones that she ate, because that's how rabbits do stuff. So some people may be like, well, 7? That's not a big number, so you should cull her, because you don't want rabbits who only have that many babies. But she is a first-time mom, and first-time moms usually do stuff way different than usual. They'll have really small litters. They won't take care of their litters. They'll eat their babies. It's very usual for them to have problems. So the fact that she pulled so much fur and is nursing them and is doing such a good job is really awesome. And Pepper only had 3 babies her first time. So the fact that Rinna had 7, it's twice as much. Plus 1. Oh, she's doing such a good job. I think we should move the babies, though. Scary. But I don't want to ruin it. But she's doing such a good job that me doing a little thing moving them a tiny bit won't ruin it. Oh, what to do. It's going to be super cold this week. See, yep, rabbits always pick the coldest times. But I guess she did a good job, though, because it's not supposed to get super cold till tomorrow night. So tonight they'll be okay. And hopefully all these giving birth hormones and the smells and the babies will remind everyone else looking at you, super hugely obesely fat awesome mama with babies in you. I thought you should give birth a week ago. You look so fat. Which is a good thing. Hopefully they'll remind them to give birth. But she doesn't have a dewlap yet. Lolo has a huge dewlap. She used to have a huge dewlap too, but she doesn't anymore. See, what's funny though? She's trying to, rabbits will bury the entrance of their burrow, but she doesn't have a burrow. Her babies are over here, but she's burying this. I don't know if she realizes that, but it's not really working. But that's okay. Good instincts, Mama. Good instincts. You're a keeper. Yes, you are. You are a keeper. I'd sort of given up hope on her, though. I was like, no one's ever going to have babies. Today was just another day of no babies. For like all the time. I come out, I'm like, I know, I feel it. Today is going to be the day. And then I'm like, nope. Or I'm like, oh, I'll just randomly go outside in the middle of the afternoon. Today's going to be the day. And it's not. And I'm just like, ugh, I know, but it's always supposed to be like this. And then I'm like, it's this morning and I know there's going to be no babies. Hint, hint, hint. No, there's going to be none. And then there's none. And I'm just like, ugh. And I'm like, all right, let's go check the rabbits. Because I didn't even know why I was coming to check the rabbits. But, well, I came to let the goats out and then check the rabbits because of Pepper. Because she was just in here. We just put her in here. We want to make sure she wasn't like dead or something. And there were babies. Oh, guys, the incredible joy you feel. You come out and you see fur. See, and also we've had so many problems. Pepper built a nest with this nest box that was over here. She built a gorgeous nest. And I was like, here comes baby. She pulled fur and then there was nothing. I was like, what? And then someone buried this thing up, and like it was beautiful. I was like, babies? No. And then Lolo built a gorgeous nest in there, and I was like checking every few days. I was like, babies? No. And Selah built a gorgeous nest in here, and with fur and everything. And I was like, babies? No babies. And then we went for a long time, and then Selah just a few days ago built. Oh, it was the most pretty nest I've ever seen. It was so, well, actually, maybe not the best I've ever seen. I mean, I've seen some really high quality, beautifully built nests, but this was full. Here, let me see if I can. Well, I don't want to ruin this job, so I'm just going to tell you it is gorgeous. It's like full of like, and especially like pushed to the side. I was like, babies? No babies. And then I just come in and I'm like, nest. And I almost give it a hope because like you see these nests and there's nothing in them. So I'm like, oh, a nest, maybe babies this time. And then I see little in the nest, and I'm like, oh, I almost died, guys. I almost died. Oh, happy day, happy day. And now we're gonna have like a flood of babies, or we're gonna have no babies for another 3 months. I don't even know, but it's awesome. Do you guys see? See the fat? You see that? She's huge. Everyone's pregnant and huge except for you and you, but you don't really count. You are amazing. I mean, she still looks pretty fat, but it's not like the taut, tight fat. Right. Rinna is getting a really well-deserved rest over there. So maybe now would be the perfect time to move her nest just the littlest bit and check on them later. I mean, look at that beautiful nest. So I'm going to construct a nest of my own in the nest box and then put her nest in my nest, especially because it's going to be so cold. I want to make sure they have enough bedding. And a few days ago, we just put in new bedding in the whole colony. So I can just use some of this bedding, which is awesome. Wait, should I use paper shavings or wood shavings? Maybe I'll do mostly wood shavings and then some paper shavings and then put in the fur and the babies. So step 1, I'm going to carefully remove this nest box. This is the most, I think it's the most rickety nest box like ever. And but it's gonna be good. And I have to make sure when I put it back down that I don't crush anyone. So let's see, there's this in the way and that's in the way. Alright, let's see if we can do this. Come on. Come on. Oh, see, this is like this whole thing is falling. Okay, let's go. Come on. Alright, let me sit you down because I don't want to accidentally crush these babies. So we got the nest box out. You can see the babies over there. I'm tempted to use the gorgeous nesting in here, but I'm afraid it smells like other rabbits. I'm just going to use some of this bedding and just get tons of good stuff in here. Stuff it full so the babies can dig down as much as they want. Rinna is still distracted, which is awesome. If you have rabbits who are very much into what you're doing and are very attentive and they're afraid that you're going to hurt their babies, you can totally just offer them a treat or like lock them up in a cage or something, because sometimes I've had to do that with crazy moms. Alright, so that is about halfway full with good clean bedding, and now I'm going to grab the babies and put them in here. Mama realizes I moved her nest. She's checking the babies. You doing good? Sorry, there's a turkey on our roof of the barn, so that's the loud noise. So while I was moving them, I did notice there were some kits who didn't get fed as much as the other ones, so there are a few skinny kits in there, but as I recommend to people, that I'm not going to force them to be nursed by mama. I'm not going to worry about it. Oftentimes they'll be able to eat just fine the next time it's feeding. So some of them were super big and made me so happy. Some of them, they were kind of skinny, but I'm not going to worry about it at all, and it's going to be fine. I'm going to keep checking on these babies. It's going to be amazing. I always like to hold all of my kits twice a day, even if we're going to butcher them all, because it makes handling them, check their genders and check for sickness, weighing them, and then butchering so much easier if they're not deathly afraid of you. I've seen some people, they have a kit with nest box eye and they haven't held them before, and oh my, that 4-week-old kit was just acting crazy, and I was like, how do you their claws weren't big enough to cause serious damage, but I was like, oh my, it was scary how freaked out this baby bunny was. I was like, this is not good. And so I hold my babies twice a day when it's morning feeding and then evening feeding. So yeah, I'm gonna come check these babies in the evening. So it's supposed to be in the 30s tonight, and then tomorrow's supposed to be in the 20s. Then it's supposed to get a little warmer the next day, and then be in the 20s for a few days after that. So this will be a really good test to see if Rinna builds a good nest, and she may pull more fur throughout the next few days to add to the nest. So we'll see. But so far they have plenty of awesome fur, so I'm not worried at all about them getting cold or freezing in the night.